Hello, Nigerians and all of you around Africa and the world. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Today, my first broadcast, as I speak about why Nigerian airlines have performed so poorly compared to the rest of Africa and the world, as well as issues that concerns our beloved Nigerian aviation, because this channel is going to be dedicated to these issues as far as there are continuous issues of poor airline system or poor aviation system in Nigeria. Why so? But before we go into that, let me introduce myself. My name is Isaac Ishaku, and I'm an aviation professional with over 33 years of experience. But the details of that, maybe in subsequent videos, I will be telling you more in details about my area of expertise. So, but principally, why am I making these videos? This is my first video, and I choose to dwell on the question, why have this industry suffered so much and have not made way forward in the last 62 years of Nigerian independence? Aside from trying to kind of shine a brighter light, on the business in Nigeria, so that you can also make an informed decision as far as aviation development is. Now, we cannot go further down as we have already done in the aviation industry. What do I mean? Nigerian aviation cannot continue to decline. Instead, we should be able to look forward with a brighter mind as to the future of aviation. How should it look like? How should we perform like the rest of the world? Look at the first 10 airlines in the world. No one is in Nigeria. Look at the best 100 airlines in Africa. I mean, in the rest of the world. Nigeria is not in there. In short, in all the airline ranking organizations around the world, none of Nigerian airline is in that. So let's look at the challenges that are actually plaguing this country. What are these challenges? And are they really the challenges? Now, number one, because when you talk about infrastructure, you're talking about the airport system, you're talking about the various facilities at the airports, you're talking about the airline facilities like the hangars, where airplanes are repaired, availability of those facilities. Also, other issues might be, secondly, financial. No. Well, if the financial issues are there, yes, we agree. But can they be the main reason for this failure? Maybe a little bit part of that. Number three, policy and regulatory issues. I don't think we have much difficulties with that. But yes, we have also part of the constant changes in the regulatory framework and policies, and also overbearing influence of the political system on the aviation policy and regulatory agencies. That could also be a challenge. But is that enough to create failures in the aviation system. Now, corporate governance is the fourth item I want to talk about. We have issues as far as administering and governing and managing these systems. We also have safety-related issues, security-related issues. Right? These are all challenges, no doubt. Environmental issues. And poor technology. When you talk about poor technology, we're talking about the kinds of aircraft that are imported into Nigeria for services, be it cargo services or passenger services, or even in the oil and gas. What sort of aircraft do we bring in? So that's the technology. And also we have training issues, the adequacy of training. And also, of course, I want to mention the collaboration between Nigerian airlines. Is the competition such that one airline is trying to overdo the other one and therefore collapse it? It's not like the collaboration that is done in other parts of the world, something like code sharing, something like a kind of amicable relationship that would help each other to grow. So these are some of the challenges that you might think are actually at the heart of aviation failures in Nigeria. But the truth is, before I continue, I would also urge you to say, if you like this video and you want to also continue to support this video, please subscribe, press the like button, and also if you need to make any comments for improvement of this video, please go to my contact and contact me and make comments so that it will help me to improve issues around the Nigerian aviation system, not even Nigeria, all aviation systems around around Africa and the world. So among these failed airlines, we had an airline that was part of another European airline called Virgin Nigeria. Now, Virgin Nigeria was an offshoot of Virgin Atlantic. This is a UK or EU-based international airline with one of the best standards in the world, highly ranked around the world. Now, it created a subsidiary here in Nigeria. So you'd say that it had all the conditions necessary for it to function. All those challenges that I mentioned earlier were still there. But this airline started well, and it did well in the first 3 years of its operation. Now, but eventually it collapsed. What that means is this: if you bring the best airline in the world and station the headquarters here in Nigeria to start its operation, it will collapse. Meanwhile, some of these very type of airline, the best of them, operating in other parts of the world, have been there for the past 100 years. And they are still operating. So what I mean by this issue has to do with us as a people. Good organizational culture is poor. It's not there. Poor organizational culture. So we have a fundamental issue of our overall airline culture, which has been kind of polluted, if so to say. We have imported our individual cultures into the airline system. It's not a bad thing, but it is not standardizing the way we run the aviation industry. Now, our commitment to duty, our commitment to the traveling public. A passenger goes, pays his money, and comes aboard your aircraft, and you are not giving him what you have said you give him. You are not committed to his comfort. You are not committed to serving him the way it is done in other parts of the world. Now, and also there's that lack of focus. Focusing on the main goal and the objective of the airline. That is completely not there. Now, if I may add, that the issues surrounding and making us as a country not to be able to run efficient and highly reliable and well-ranked, highly ranked airline in Nigeria has to do with us as people, as Nigerians. It has nothing to do, it has just barely, not much to do with every other factor that we've mentioned earlier. And therefore, the issues of corruption, poor leadership systems, poor ownership systems, and these are the issues that are unique to Nigeria. And that is, if you need to look at it, that right in the political leadership of this country, the failure of Nigeria is similar to this. If we have to move forward as a people, we need to also correct the way aviation is led. We must do it the way the whole of this country, as we speak, is also trying to find its path to good leadership, to good governance, elimination of corruption. And until we are determined to do what is right and to align with the international system of things, you know, obeying the right of individuals, passengers, the traveling public, respecting, we are yet to start this journey. So I am making this video mainly for you as a traveling public, as a customer, for an airline owner and investor, to be able to understand what the aviation industry really needs before you come in to invest. As an aviation staff, you're a pilot, you're an engineer, you're a worker. In what way are you involved in corruption? In what way are you not doing it right? And how do you put your hand on a paper and sign a contract that you're going to work for an organization, and there when you go, you're not doing what you're supposed to do? If you're an airline manager or you're an expert, do you go in there with sole aim of trying to make money for the owner of the business, or you want to go there and provide the best customer experience and service? This is very, very keen and very, very critical. Because if you go in there and all you want to do is make the money, and therefore when issues arise, you're ready to kind of, safety issues arise, there are no spare parts. There are not enough staff in one area, one special area or the other, and you are prepared to put away your eyes, and therefore you cut corners. Now, are you a manufacturer or a vendor? If you're coming into the aviation industry just for your purpose of money making, rather than providing the best aircraft the best technology. You're not coming in there to look at a third world country that is doesn't know their left from their right and is not part of the arrangement of things around the world, and therefore you can take advantage of them. Are you a regulatory agency or a regulator? I must say the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority is one of the best in the world. There's no doubt about it. But we still have this issue where we have the overbearing influence of government and the political system on the regulatory agencies. The overbearing interference. So this video is important for all this, even for the policymakers. And aircraft leasers, those who lease aircraft to Nigeria, the way lease this aircraft just to take advantage of the Nigerian investor and give him any kind of aircraft. Insurance companies, the lenders, banking industry. This also is a channel that we can put our heads together and see how Nigerian aviation industry can be improved. The African aviation industry can be improved, and the world aviation industry can be improved. Aviation approved trainers. Do we have approval to carry out trainings we do? Are we providing the right product, the right kind of training for the various expertise that are required? And are we having enough of these trainers? Which goes back to the policymakers, environmentalists. And of course, this video is also for everyone who is very much an aviation enthusiast. So, having said that, I want to believe that you have enjoyed this first introductory and my first video. This first part of series of videos to come in addressing the issues of airline failures, aviation failures in Nigeria, and looking forward to a better aviation experience